what's up again, people? So this will be the fourth video for the Atlas farming strategies, and I gotta say this is gonna be one of my all-time favorites. I have always run this and it's very chill and relaxing without a lot of thinking. Alright. So this is basically the L and Go, but this is the grand design skill tree. Basically we're going to focus on grand design, which what it gives is basically over here. It looks like this. Okay, so it looks like this. Small Atlas passive grants nothing, but your maps have 1% increased pack size per allocated notable Atlas passive skills. Okay, this is very strong, and we are going to focus a lot on this kind of nodes. Right, so before I get into it, just a quick one on the more on that on the information. So map sustainability, right? This method is super easy. All right, I have never missed once where I need more maps. Probably every 4 maps you run, you're gonna get like at least 1 to 2 extra. At least 1 to 2 extra. All right, sometimes you can get even more. My best record was when I run 4 maps, I got like 10 more maps extra. That is really insane. Okay, that was really lucky. Okay, and the estimated time per map is about 3 to 4 minutes. I just gonna put here 4 minutes. It's about plus minus around there, and it's very fast because we're not gonna do Alva this map. So it's very straightforward. And yeah, the contents we're gonna do is all here. You can have a look. So this methodology, right, this strategy is basically for all of you that wish to encounter like random mechanics or contents in your map instead of just the same one over and over again. What do I mean by this is, let's just say, because the current map device this league, we have Anarchy, we have Domination, Harbinger, Ritual, Delirium, right? You're gonna encounter randomly one of these mods, and it will not be very repetitive. You can encounter various ones, so it will not be so boring. Okay. Like I mentioned, this strategy is very chill, very low budget investment L and Go, while we just focus on pack size for harvest or expedition. Okay, is basically meant to accommodate the random map mod device that you can get from Fortune Favor the Brave. Right, Fortune Favor the Brave basically is going to give you 10% increased quality, 10% increased pack size, and it's going to give you randomly one of the modifier on the map device. Okay, at the end of the day, right, when you completed your skill tree, you should have at least near to 75% pack size for every map you run. 75% is insane. Okay, it is very awesome. You are going to encounter tons of monster, and the feeling is so satisfying. Okay. How do you get 25%? How do you get 75%? Sorry. Basically, you're going to roll your maps with at least 25% pack size. Okay. 40% comes from grand design, although we have more. I'm just going to break it down to 40%. And then 10% from Fortune Favor the Brave. Okay. Next is, yes, so on here, right, I have actually included singular focus. But I noted here, you can actually remove singular focus if you want to drop other maps. So some of you might wish to get other maps that you might want to run in the later portion of the game. And make sure that if you take singular focus, you cannot get Guardian, Synthesis map, or any of the unit maps. So you're just going to do the same map over and over again. Yes, it might be boring, so if you feel you want to have a change of pace or change of map, remove singular focus. Okay, so for this strategy, right, unfortunately, unlike the previous league, you cannot have both expedition and harvest. Okay, now this league you can only choose one of them, so it's either with expedition or with harvest. I'm just going to go through the harvest one first. So this is how you look like. Okay, at the start of the skill tree, you're gonna take all of the nodes over here, right? Every single one of them, all of these small nodes, every one of them is going to give you 1% pack size. That is why it is built this way. It's connected, so just for 2 skill points, you're gonna get 1 pack size, and that is why a lot of them are connected in this manner, right? The 4 here also is going to give us 4%, and I choose to take strong box like I mentioned before. Essence is not really going to cut it this game. Actually, honestly speaking, strong box might probably not cut it as well, but it's going to give you more pack size, which is going to give you more chance to drop raw currencies and more maps. Right. Next one will be Harbinger. I'm going to take Harbinger. Probably I can foresee that Harbinger is going to be pretty good this league with the addition of Fracture Ops. And then this is basically nothing. We just want the passive node for the additional pack size. And Expedition. Okay, we are going to take Ancient Writings and Distinguished Demolitionist. Not going to take the small nodes here because it does nothing. Okay, and we are not going to go down over here for hunt for answers. Alright, it is not worth it because you need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points just to get 4% additional chance to contain expedition counters. These 7 nodes, right, you can actually get like 3% more of pack size, so it's not really worth it. Next will be all over here on the middle top of the skill tree. Abyssal Army is actually literally useless. You're not going to encounter Abyss. Next is here, this one. This is very important, alright? Shaping the Valleys. It is mandatory because, as you can see here, 10% increased quantity of items, rarity of items, pack size on your maps, right, when you are affected by Fortune Favor the Brave. So that is the whole reason why we are actually using that. Alright. And then of course, since it's just 1 point down to passive node, we're gonna take this. And Shaping the Sis is not technically mandatory, but I don't really see anything else that is really good, so might as well just take here. Okay. So yes, with all the shaping stuff, right, it's not honestly the best, but if you want to remove it and take something else, by all means you can do it. So some of you might be actually asking, I already have completed my Atlas skill tree, so what is the point of having maps found that have 15% chance to be 1 tier higher, and why are we taking all of this? So for those of you that do not know, right, when you are doing a tier 16 map, it doesn't mean all your maps that drop is going to be tier 16. Okay, you will still encounter maps that drop tier 14, tier 15, and this is where this modifier kicks in. Okay, let's just say if you drop a tier 14 map, alright, the system is going to drop you a tier 14 map. This modifier here, maps found have 15% chance to be a tier 1 tier higher. All of them stacked together, right, you're going to have 60% chance, and this means that tier 14 map might become a tier 15 map, and tier 15 map might become a tier 16 map, and that is how you are going to better sustain your maps in the long run, right? Alright, sorry. Next will be, because strong boss, and we're gonna take secret operations plus tempered proof, just 5 nodes over here. Drawn to power and syncretism. Next will be exile wheel and ruckus. Okay, so this is not really important because we all know that rook exiles are pretty trash. So the only reason I took this is because it is 5 passive points for 2% pack size. Alright, you don't get this very often, and this is the whole reason why it's here. Harbinger and of course Expedition, our buried knowledge. And then we are going to go to the right side for Eater of Worlds. Alright. Yes, it takes a lot of points, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, but I think it's worth it because 30% chance to find Eater of World altar in your maps is a lot. When you find an altar, it means more monsters, and with the increased pack size, it means even more monsters whenever you find each altar. Alright, and more pack size means more chance to find more altars also, so it kind of like stacks with each other. The last but not least is Flash Breach. We have Breach in our map device this round, so I'm just going to add this to have more monster density in our maps. Alright, so a very thorough breakdown I will have is written over here. So Harbinger, Shrine Box. Yes, you might hit Beyond also, but we are not going to take the Beyond nodes because the Beyond nodes is all the way to the left and is way too far. It's not worth it. A lot of the core important nodes is all on the right, and yeah, it's just simply not worth it to go all the way to the left. Okay. Breach, Delirium, Retro, these three, I will say, just generally give you more monsters for more drops and loots. If you ask me, among the three, I think Delirium is probably the best because it not only gives you Delirium Orb, but it gives you a lot more monster count as well. Retro is kind of like you got to see luck, because if you get those Retro with 3 altars only, then it's not really exactly very good. Same for Breach. If you're not gonna get Chayula's or the other one, just basically in Chayula, your Breach is not going to be very good as well. Okay, and yes, Rook Exile. I don't know. I've honestly no idea why this still exists in the game. Okay, it's so bad. Up till now, they have not actually improved anything for Rook Exiles. It's like I mentioned here, it's probably one of the most redundant mechanics to be still around, right? It doesn't drop anything fulfilling. There isn't really good stuff that is coming from it. Maybe your best bet would be to drop a unique jewel. Like, I think I have seen somebody drop Unnatural Instinct from a Rook Exile, I think. But come on, guys, what is the chances? Okay, the chances is extremely low, right? We all know that. The pool of uniques is quite big, and we also don't know with the changes to the unique jewels what is the drop rate now. It might still be very low, and yeah, it's just generally quite bad. Okay, so I have another tree for harvest. In short, you're just gonna remove all of the expedition nodes and take all the harvest nodes. All right. Bumper Crop, Bountiful Harvest, and Heart of the Grove. We will not be taking Call of the Grove because you need 6 points to go there, and we do not have enough points. Then yet again, of course, if you will want to take this, right, I'm pretty sure you can just remove one of the Shaping Seas and then just go over here. You have 6 points, just nice. To miss out 1% of pack size, I think is quite fine. Alright, it's quite fine in my opinion. But nonetheless, my suggestion would be just to keep this just for the 4%. I don't think it really does matter, since we are already going to run Stream of Consciousness. Like, the chance of you getting harvest is already pretty high, right? So yeah, that is about it. We are probably more or less I am probably more or less going to play this for my mid to late game budget build. Is very nice and smooth. You don't really have to put any sextant into it. Alright, we're not going to put any sextant to it. Okay, it is not required, so you can just continuously run your map over and over again. Right, very simple, very straightforward. At the same time, you're gonna encounter random mechanics or contents in your map, and it doesn't feel as bored. You see, like, if I'm going to run 28 maps of expedition, at some point you're going to get very bored and it feels a bit frustrating. Okay, some of you will probably understand how it feels, so that is why this strategy is here to give you more variety of it. Okay, so yeah, that's about it. Just go onto my PoE notebook and have a look at it if you are interested. Okay, that comes to the end of this video. So if you have any questions, do join the Discord and I will try to answer your questions. And if you like my video, do remember to hit the like and subscribe button. I will see you in the next one. Bye.